honestly, I thought it lived up to the hype. I really do. I really think it lived up to the hype. I enjoyed it. I really did, especially the first round. Second round is good, and the third was pretty interesting. But after that, I really just don't know many players going beyond really the second round. I don't know that many. I know some in the third, obviously the quarterbacks and stuff. But I mean, the first round, man, first round was awesome. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed this one. A lot of interesting stuff, for sure. I think it lived up to the hype, and yeah, I was wrong about a lot of picks. I actually, of all the first round, I only had 3 picks right. It's tough. It's tough to figure out what the heck all these teams want and like what they're looking for, all that. But let's get into it. Let's start reviewing this. Obviously, you're starting off at number 1, Trevor Lawrence to the Jags. Easy pick. Let's talk about both their first round picks. They took ETN down at, 25, I believe. Yep, 25. And man, Urban Meyer, man, it'll be interesting to see how he does with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence there. And honestly, the ETN pick, it's not good. It's not a good one. They have other holes to fill. There's probably other guys they could have gotten that were just better fits. They already have James Robinson. But, even though it's a bad pick, I like it. I kind of like it. I really do. Because Urban, man, he's trying to come through. He's trying to make a splash, man. He's trying to make a splash. And if it's risky. It's risky, but if it pays off, I think it was a great draft selection. Because now for the next 5 years, you got your franchise QB and your franchise running back. You know what I mean? If ETN pans out, man, he could be good. He could be really good. So you got them the next 5 years on rookie deals. Now Lawrence's contract is still pretty hefty, but I mean for the QB market, it's still a premium deal. So the next 5 years, you could have their QB running back on 5-year rookie deals. It's risky. Is ETN gonna pan out? Who knows? But I like it, man. I like it. I kind of like it. It's just risky. Like, think about it. You're showing up to the league. You got a new team. You take the best QB, and then you take one of the best running backs. I like it. It's risky. You don't see it. You don't see it that often. You don't see stuff like this happen. I remember when the Browns were at like 1-4 for their picks. I was like, yo, they need to take Sam Darnold and Saquon Barkley, get a QB, get a running back. Of course, they didn't do that. They took Baker and Denzel Ward, which were way better picks than what I suggested. but yeah, you don't see this happen too often unless there was a recent year that I just can't think of where somebody did this. I like it. It's risky, but I like it. Down to number 2, the Jets. Got their guy, Zach Wilson. They fell in love with the physical tools, clearly. And who's the coach down there? Saleh. I mean, clearly, them and their team, they're looking at this guy and they're like, all right, we can coach this guy up. He's got the physical tools. We can coach this guy up. We can make him a player. I think he could be good. He's just got a crazy good arm. And, you could say the competition. But you could say the same about Trey Lance, I guess, too. I mean, it's just college competition. As long as they're playing D1, I think it's good enough. These guys can coach up these dudes, for sure, if they have the tools. So I like it. I like the Zach Wilson pick. We kind of knew that one was coming. And then to number 3, Trey Lance. What a surprise. I was pretty surprised. I was talking to my brother beforehand. He's like, yo, who's going number 3? What do you think? I'm like, I thought it was Fields. I'm like, there's no way Fields just doesn't go 3. And I did mention, I was like, small chance that it's Lance. I wasn't really in on that, though. I didn't have that pick. I had Fields. And, of course, Lance went. But, like, thinking about it afterwards, it makes so much sense. It really does. I feel like I should have been able to think about this. But this is why teams don't pay me to do scouting, alright? This is why I make YouTube videos for a channel, an ASMR channel that just hit 500 subscribers. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. It's so awesome. It really is. 500, dude. 500. Nuts, man. And this is fun, man. I just love talking in the comments. Talking back to you guys. Just about football and stuff. I haven't gotten around to any NBA videos, but I will eventually. But these draft videos have been so much fun. It's been cool talking to you guys for sure. But thank you so much for 500 subscribers. Let's keep going. But yeah, the Trey Lance deal. They got Jimmy G. He's at least playing another season, maybe two. I wouldn't be surprised if he played for two. Who knows? Their team's gonna be solid, and they're gonna have Trey Lance just kind of sit behind him. And he was kind of seen of the 5 quarterbacks, he was seen as the one that was gonna need the most time sitting. So it makes really good sense. And he's just talented. He's just a really talented guy. He's got a good arm. He's a good player. And you could point out the lack of snaps or whatever it is, but clearly the Niners like him and they made the pick. But then we get down to the 4th pick, the Falcons. Who knows how hard they tried to trade this. I bet their asking price was pretty high for other teams to move up to this spot, but this is one that I called. The only ones I got were 1, 2, and 4. I said they're getting Kyle Pitts. It just seemed pretty clear that other than the quarterbacks, it seemed pretty clear that Kyle Pitts was he's just the most dangerous one on the board. I mean, I know Jamar Chase was there. I mean, there's some other talented guys, but it just seemed like Pitts is just seen as this generational talent, and he really is. He's going to play receiver. He's not going to play tight end. But they took Pitts. I got that one right. We get down to the Bengals. Bengals took Jamar Chase. I had them getting Sewell, but obviously the Bengals were looking at this draft, and they're like, all right, we can get Chase. We can get our wide receiver threat, but pair him up with his former teammate. And the rest of this draft looks pretty good for tackles. Then in the 2nd round, they went tackle. I think they grabbed another in the 5th or something. So they were looking at it, and they were like, we don't need Sewell. We'll get some other guys, but we're going to get Chase. And they did. Got that one wrong. I like the pick, though. If you're not going to get Sewell, Chase would be the next best one. Anybody else, it wouldn't make sense. Chase makes perfect sense. Dolphins were probably pretty upset with that when they got the 6, but they had Jalen Waddle as their number 2, clearly, because they took him 2nd. This pick really shows teams, they kind of look at college injuries, and I mean, they do take them seriously, but at the same time, they sort of brush them off for guys that are just straight up talented, and Waddle is definitely that. They kind of look at it. It seems like they looked at him and they're like, I mean, yeah, this guy's been hurt. We can bring him in. He's going to get the best training in the world. We'll heal him up. And then once he's all healed up and good, we're going to have his talent. And I like the pick. We'll see. Because he was always better than Devontae Smith. Just the injury took him out. And then Smith got a ton more catches because he was out. He was just the main guy, and I like it though. I do like the pick because Waddle, just really good. And then we get to the Lions, and I don't even know if they were really looking at Sewell. It seemed like they were surprised he fell to them. I don't know if they were expecting that. I don't know what they were originally looking at. We have no idea. But they were surprised that Sewell fell down to them. And they were happy to take him. I mean, seriously. Help out Goff a little bit. Get him a nice franchise left tackle there, you know what I mean? Sewell's going to be good. He's just seen as one of those guys. It's just generational talent at the tackle position. And then we get down to 8, which is the Panthers. And Panthers and Broncos all lined up here. I had a good feeling they weren't going to go QB. I really did. On my mock draft, I had neither of them taking a QB. I forget what I had exactly. I think I had them going. One of them I had them getting a corner. But number 8, the Panthers, they take J.C. Horn. Compared to Surtain, he does look like he's better. He does look better. But my opinion, it doesn't really matter what I think. But clearly, somebody else agrees. I thought Surtain would go first, but I just thought like J.C. Horn just is like, he's just built like he's a shutdown corner. You know, he's a big guy. He's a physical corner. I mean, I feel like he's built for the NFL. He really is. So is Surtain. Surtain's gonna be really good. I like both of these picks. I do think it's interesting. That just, I mean, once the like kind of the top guys like Sewell, Waddle, Chase, Pitts, once they were off the board, it was just immediately to the corners, and they went pretty quick. And of course, Eagles were perfectly fine with that. Devontae fell all the way to them. I forget who I had going to the Eagles. I might have had them taking Parsons, but yeah, they swapped with the Cowboys. they helped the Eagles just leapfrog the Giants. I thought it was funny, but they move up. They get Devontae before the Giants do, and the Giants saw that. They're like, all right, well, we'll move, I guess. They hit up the Bears. Justin Fields moved up to get him, and it hurts because honestly, I wanted the Patriots to move up to number 11, or just in this area, just move up a little bit and snag Fields. We didn't, and it's alright. I do like how it ended up, but Fields, man, I think Andy Dalton will start out there. They have a solid team. Maybe they'll try to get Fields out this year, because they made the playoffs last year with Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. Like, if they can get Fields out there playing decent, I mean, they got a solid defense, some decent guys on offense. They could be back in the playoffs easily. So maybe they try to get Fields out there. Who knows? But I like the pick. Nice pick by Chicago for sure. And of course, you got the Cowboys there. It's really fitting. The Cowboys losing Sean Lee, Penn State linebacker. He's done. And they draft another. Micah Parsons is a freak. Sean Lee was a freak. Micah Parsons, also a freak. He's gonna be good. I really like the pick, and it's really a solid pick for them, because their defense was so bad last year. But I like it. There's all these his character concerns. There was reports of stuff that went on at Penn State, but it's just, I don't know. It's hard to really judge. He's gonna be a good player, but we get down to the Chargers to get Slater. I think I didn't even have Slater falling this far. I think I had the Chargers just getting Darsaw, and they got lucky. I mean, Slater is seen as like just barely behind Sewell, so the fact that they snagged him at 13, really good pick for the Chargers. And you have the Jets. Oh, I should have talked about this with the Zach Wilson pick. The Jets, man, nice move, man, nice move. Moved up. Clearly, I had Vera Tucker as a first rounder. I didn't know he'd go this high, honestly. But clearly the Jets like him. Some other teams liked him, for sure. I like the pick. Vera Tucker, he could be solid. So just adding to that Jets line, help out Zach Wilson. And then we get to 15. Mac Jones. There he goes to the Pats. Honestly, I like it. I think it worked out. They didn't have to move up to get a QB, and clearly they like Mac Jones, or else they wouldn't have taken him. They got some solid pieces around him. They got the 2 tight end set. It'll be interesting to see. Will he even start the season? Probably not. Probably gonna give Cam the go. Who knows? Who really knows? But I like the pick. I really do. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We drafted a rookie QB in the first round. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching Brady for 20 years, man, but it's kind of exciting. It's like he knew he was going to be gone eventually. I thought he'd be retired, not playing somewhere else and winning Super Bowls, but it's a little exciting to, get a rookie QB. And then we get to 16, the Cardinals. Zaven Collins, I figured he'd go first round. He's another one that I didn't know. Oh, wow. 16. That's pretty high. Clearly they like him. I mean, who else was even on the board at this point? I had Jock going in the first round, but apparently he has some heart issues that were a concern, so that's why he fell so far. But Zaven Collins, good linebacker, we get to the Raiders. They took Alex Leatherwood, which was interesting. And in the second round, they got Trevin Marek, and people were like, "Oh well, if they would have taken Marek in the first and Leatherwood in the second, it'd be good picks." So I thought that was funny. Leatherwood, once again, I had him. I forget if I had him in the first round at the very end. I think I did. Either that or he was pretty close. I know on at least one of the mock drafts, I had him at the end of the first round. But he's good. He's just another freak that came from Alabama. You can never go wrong with Alabama players. And then you get down to 18, Jalen Phillips, edge to Dolphins. Interesting pick. People weren't sure if he'd go first round. He's had the concussion issues, but I don't know. Whatever it is, the teams didn't see it as an issue. The Dolphins didn't see it as an issue. He's a freak talent. He really is. He's good for sure. And then up next, man, Jamin Davis, the Kentucky linebacker. Didn't see this coming. I really didn't even pay much attention to this guy because I just didn't hear much about him, especially not as a first rounder. Thought he was more of a second, but clearly they like him, and he went down to 20. That's the Giants' pick. They traded down from that, from 11, and they got Tooney. They got Kadarius Tooney. They probably, I don't know what they would have wanted. They were saying that that's who they wanted to fall to them. They were high on him. That's why they traded down. Who knows if they really were looking for other guys, but once again, good pick. They picked up, I forget exactly what picks they picked up from sliding down from the Bears, but they got a pretty decent haul. But it was a good trade. 21, Kwity Paye, good pick. I think I kept having him mocked like in the 20s. So the Colts snagged the edge out of Michigan. Get down to 22, Caleb Farley. We've talked about before, there are all the questions of injury. You know, is this going to affect his draft stock? I figured somebody would take a chance on him late in the first. And there it is, at 22. The Titans snag him. I kind of like it. I like the pick. Huge upside because he's just a really good corner for sure. And then the Vikings. The Vikings, man. I messed with the Vikings pick, man. Trade down with the Jets. They moved down to 23. And they got Darsal at 23. I thought he'd go more teens. He was kind of mocked in more in the teens. Just because he was a tackle. And he's a good one at that. But once again, same with the Giants, man. They were able to trade down and get a really good player. And then we get to the Steelers here. Najee Harris. I kind of messed this one up on my mock draft because I had the Dolphins snagging Najee. Looking back, not a good idea. But I had the Steelers getting ETN. Obviously, if I didn't have the Dolphins getting ETN, I would have had them getting Najee. This one makes perfect sense. This one, I shouldn't have been dumb about that Dolphins pick because this one made perfect sense. They don't want Benny Snell to be their starting running back, so they picked up a freak in Najee Harris. And then we get to the Jaguars pick. We already talked about ETN. Down to the Browns, they snag Newsome. Who's a solid corner. He was going to be a late first. Bateman then goes to the Ravens. Oh, did I have that one? I forget if I had that one on my mock. I think I had him at the later pick. That's like it wasn't right or whatever, but I had on one of my mocks I had Bateman going to the Ravens, just so that they snag a receiver, and then the other pick I had them getting a tackle. They ended up not going for a tackle to replace Orlando Brown. I think they snagged some later. They snagged somebody later, but Peyton Turner, the end out of Houston. I didn't even know this dude, to be honest. No idea. Eric Stokes. And that was the Saints pick, the Peyton Turner guy. Then Packers grab Eric Stokes, cornerback, Georgia. No idea. No idea what that is. Buffalo Bills snagged Greg Rousseau. Interesting that he snuck his way into the first. Opted out last year, obviously. Yeah. Down to 31 then was the Ravens. Thought they would grab a tackle. But they ended up taking Odate Owe. He's changed his name. He's going by his I don't know if that's like a middle name or something, but it's no longer Jason Owe. And then down to the Buccaneers, they got Joe Tryon, edge, Washington. No idea who this dude is. No idea. So yeah, some of these guys at the end there, I just had no clue who they were. But yeah, that was the first round. And I really enjoyed the first round. I thought it lived up to the hype for sure. Let me know what you think of your team's picks. Let me know what you think of the whole draft in general. I'm curious to hear what you guys say, because I really enjoyed it. I thought there were a lot of good picks. It was just a lot of talent in this draft, and a lot of teams, man. A lot of teams made some nice picks in this one for sure. But if I had to pick my favorite pick of the entire draft, okay, I don't know if the biggest steal, my opinion, the biggest steal is the Lions getting Sewell at 7. My favorite pick. Honestly, Slater at 13 is also a steal. It's kind of hard to pick like a favorite one, because obviously if I'm gonna pick like, who got the most talented guys, I'm gonna be like Lawrence, Pitts, Chase, but I think Sewell and Slater and Parsons too. Honestly, Parsons is like a top 10 talent. But those three seemed like the best value picks, for sure. And I really do like the Vikings trade down to grab Darsaw. I really like that one. Steelers getting Najee was a really good one. So those are some of my favorite ones. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're relaxed, and I hope you're excited for football in like a bunch of months. We still have to wait, but it'll come up quick. Summers always fly by, and then the season